May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come. Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Anushka,
Yes.
what does the word Anushka mean?
Sir, Anushka means God's grace.
God's grace.
Yes, sir.
So you are the God's blessings to your parents, right?
Yes, sir.
Anushka, you come from Bid, Maharashtra. You are a civil engineer from Pune and you took forestry and agricultural engineering as your optionals,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
I'll come to all the questions one by one. You also won Mahatma Gandhi National Fellow under Skill Development in DC office, Amravati.
Yes, sir.
When was that?
Sir, I started that fellowship in 2021.
2021.
One.
And are you
Uh,
still working there?
No, sir. I'm not currently working there. Actually, there was some problem with the human resource policy.
Huh.
That was I couldn't take much of the leaves. So they told me either you can give
Either
this
you join
exam
or you go.
Yes.
So you decided to go.
No, sir. Then I talked to collector ma'am. So she advised me that if you really want to pursue these services,
Then you quit
because,
this.
Because this
What is the name of the collector there?
Parveen, sorry.
Pavneet Kaur.
Pavneet Kaur ma'am. Yes.
Right. And who is the CEO Zilla Parishad there?
Avishan Panda sir.
Okay. Now I come to Maharashtra Beed district. What is Beed district famous for? What all are the tourist attractions you have in Beed district?
So first of all, in Beed district there is one Jyotirlinga that is in Parli Vajnath, and connected to that in my hometown there is a temple of goddess Yogeshwari. They are considered to be married, so their temples are visited together. Then in Ambejogai itself there is Samadhi of Kavi Mukund Raj, who is considered as first poet in Marathi. Apart from that, there are some natural places like Mayreshwar.
The famous
Wildlife
temple,
Sanctuary.
Kankaleshwar temple.
Yes, that is there in Beed.
What is so special about this temple?
So actually, I don't know much about that temple. I'll have to read on that.
But you belong to you belong to Beed.
No, sir. I am from Ambejogai town, so I have not much visited Beed. So I
Where
don't
is
know
this
much about
town where you come from? Is it not in Beed district?
it. It is in Beed district, but Latur is pretty closer to us comparatively.
So you are from district Beed, but your place of stay is Ambejogai.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Isn't?
Yes.
Which mountain range do you have in Beed district?
So it's Balaghat ranges.
Very nice. We come to forestry now, okay? You
Okay,
comfortable with forestry?
Yes, sir.
You like the subject?
Yes, sir.
Despite being a civil engineer.
Actually,
How is your knowledge in civil engineering going to help you as a forest officer?
Sir, I think as a civil engineer, I can be good at soil water conservation. As civil engineering provides me with the knowledge of surveying and contour and all those things. So that understanding is very helpful.
That is one.
That is one thing. Then secondly, I think during the afforestation programs, I could also focus on slope stabilization or those kind of things while doing afforestation. So reclaiming the soils and all those things, that is second thing, sir. Third thing, I think in forest mensuration and forest surveying as well, because I'm already familiar with many of the instruments because of civil survey.
These days there is a lot of pressure on the forest officers for diversion of forest land for non-forestry purposes. Like construction of roads, universities, buildings, hospitals. So where do you see your role as a civil engineer there?
So I think in that area, being a civil engineer, when such projects are to be constructed and if that is the utmost requirement of the place, then probably I would be able to give better solutions where we could have both. Like we could have development, but at the same time some of the mitigative measures. For example, in Pench, I think there was one DFO who was civil engineer only, and he suggested that some good underpasses could be constructed in the area, and that was used. So such things could be given by a civil engineer.
Okay, nice. What is working plan?
So working plan.
Forestry was one of your optionals.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What is working plan?
Sir, working plan is given for a division. It is a plan for 10 years where all the activities that are to be done in the division are described.
Okay, which are the different protected areas that you have? A category of different protected areas.
Sir, all our protected areas are under Wildlife Protection Act.
Name the
Yes, sir.
categories.
Under that, the first is national parks, then wildlife sanctuaries are there, then conservation reserves and community reserves.
Very good. My last question: what is the difference between between a national park and a wildlife sanctuary?
So national parks have higher protection. There are multiple activities that are restricted in national parks, while on the other hand, in wildlife sanctuaries, more activities are activities are regulated rather than restricted. I would say that thing I can remember.
Thank you, sir.
So Anushka, one of your hobby is bird watching.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the bird where Bengal florican is found.
Sir, Bengal florican is mostly found in eastern and northeastern India, mostly in northeastern India.
Okay. What about Amur falcon?
So Amul falcon is actually a migratory raptor, which is found over large range from Africa to Mongolia. But in India, it is mostly seen in Nagaland.
Great Indian bustard.
So that is again, it's presently found in Rajasthan, but it used to have a larger range in India.
So have you seen all these three birds? No.
No, sir.
So you are a civil engineer.
Yes, sir.
Tell me how many acres are there in 1 hectare?
So I know the meter and hectare, meter square.
Any
and
approximation?
hectare. No, sir.
How many centimeters are there in 1 inch?
2.54 centimeters.
2.54. Very good. How many feet are there in 1 meter?
About 3 and something feet.
3.28.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Traveling is also one of your hobbies.
Yes, sir.
How far you have traveled from Maharashtra? Maximum place, maximum distance?
Maximum I have been to in Majuli, I think was the farthest place that I
Where?
have visited. Majuli in Assam. Majuli Islands in Assam.
Assam.
Yes, sir.
Which place?
Majuli Islands.
Majuli.
Yes.
Island.
Majuli is famous for?
So it is largest riverine island which is inhabited by human beings.
Okay. And nearby states were not visited.
No, I also visited Kaziranga as well along with that. Kaziranga National.
Kaziranga is famous for?
One-horned rhinos and wild water buffaloes.
So what is approximate of a mature rhino?
I'm not aware, but based on what I had seen there, I think it must be 4.5 meter or 5 meter.
Weight.
It must be some tons, but I'm not sure, sir.
Maybe in?
Some tons.
Some
Maybe
tons.
probably 1 ton.
Okay,
or like
okay.
that.
You are quite near. It is in tons, it is not in quintals.
Not in quintals,
Yes,
definitely.
yes. That is
definitely,
fine.
sir.
Good. Tell me what are heavy metals?
So I had read about that, but I think I will have to brush up on heavy metals a bit.
Why they are called heavy metals?
Mostly because of their high atomic weight, but I will have to read more on this.
Okay. You are also regarding your civil engineering. If we want to assess water quality of a lake, then what parameters will be considered?
So in that we will have to consider BOD, that is biochemical oxygen demand, as well as COD of the place, that is chemical oxygen demand, then dissolved oxygen of that place, hardness, total solids in that. Also some metals like fluorides have to be seen. Yeah, these things I can
Turbidity.
Turbidity, yes. Turbidity, smell, odor, all these
What
things.
is the
also.
unit of turbidity?
Turbidity unit only, TU is the unit for that.
Okay. What is the level of dissolved oxygen if fishing activity is permitted?
So average is 4 ppm, but about 3 to 5 is considered.
What is the
good.
relation between ppm and milligram per liter?
So it is 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per
Yes,
liter.
very good.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anushka, what is the unit of electrical conductivity?
Electrical conductivity. So I will have to see that. I think ohm per something, but I'm unable
This is
to.
Simon per meter, या millimho per centimeter.
Okay, thank
What
you,
is
sir.
unit of dissolved oxygen? Just now you told.
It's that only, sir. ppm or milligrams per liter.
Per liter in milligram.
Yes.
Okay. Good. You work as a Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship under Collector Office.
Yes, sir.
So you are well aware that in district there is 3 officer and all the 3 officer have different role and responsibility. One is collector, another is SP, and the third one is DCF or DFO. So please tell me their roles and responsibility, different roles and responsibility.
All right, sir. Sir, first of all, collector, I think based on my knowledge, collector is the main person who executes different kind of schemes that are there. Apart from that, keeping the, taking major decisions about the district, especially in terms of development, that particularly comes under collector
Not for
office.
revenue.
Revenue as well, sir. Revenue as well comes under collector office only.
Okay. There is any difference between district collector and district magistrate?
No, sir, I'll have to see more about that. Actually, my work was more on skill development, so I'm not completely aware about the 3 different roles.
So
But
please tell SP's role and responsibility.
so SP's role would be in the keeping law and order in that place. And DFO is responsible for all the forest conservation related works as well as some of the tribal development related works as well.
Okay. Bharatnatyam dance is one of your important extracurricular activity. So how it is helpful to prepare during preparation of your exam?
So first of all, I think it gives me a lot of flexibility because mind also requires some flexibility, and I think dance provides me with that. Secondly, sir, sometimes when I'm very stressed while studying or while doing even work, I try to listen to some music and come up with any kind of dance moves that are there, not exactly some particular ones, but that helps me in relaxing my mood and getting again back to the studies or whatever is going on. So those are 2 things. I think thirdly, it also helps me keeping my health good because of dancing, health and well-being also is kept well.
Dance have cultural and religious significance.
Yes, sir.
Hindu religion have different dance.
Yes, sir.
Sikh religion have different dance.
True.
Christian religion have different dance.
True, sir.
And Muslim religion have different dance. If you differentiate all the 4 category based dance, then I will feel very comfortable.
Okay, sir. So coming to Hindu dances.
Start from Christian.
Okay. So in Christian, the dance is very important, particularly during the weddings. And it is usually a couple dance where 2 people dance together, and they have very gentle moves. They are not very strong moves. Usually they are gentle ones and slow ones. While if we consider Punjabi dance, it is more rhythmic and it has a lot of energy in it. It's a very energetic dance form. Both Bhangra and Gidda, both are very energetic.
Good.
Then if we come to Hindu dance forms, then I think in Hindu dance forms there is huge variety. So to bring it into a single thing would be a very difficult thing. But if we consider most of the classical dances, then they have some traditional kind of movements. For example, there will be some set of rules and like that. So they are based on that. And I am actually not aware about the Muslim dance form particularly, but
different type of gharanas is not Muslim gharana is not there.
But sir, they are in music as far as my knowledge goes. There are some gharanas in Kathak as well, but Kathak is mixture of both Hindu and Muslim traditions. So,
happiness have any linkage with religion?
I believe it does.
How?
So because when you, like, religion is about following a certain set of rules and having some kind of faith and belief. And when you have a certain kind of belief, so at that time I think you feel satisfied. For example, in Maharashtra, when there is a lot of, even now Wari is going on, and that is a religious practice. So when all these people come together and they walk, though it's a very difficult thing, but their togetherness and those religious beliefs, they give them happiness, I think.
Bird are differentiate based on feet movement, shape of the feet and shape of bill. So you are aware about that? Can you elaborate 2 and 3 difference? The 2 and 3 utility of feet based on movement of bird.
So actually, I am aware about the bill part, that they are differentiated based on bill. I know that there are different types of feeds, but I don't
Swimming
know.
feet is there, then climbing
Yes,
feet
sir.
is there.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, no matter. Have you ever visited eBird platform?
Yes, sir. I regularly visit that.
Please tell about this platform.
So it's a platform based on citizen science, where anyone can use this platform to give their checklists and like different birds in different areas. Then these checklists are verified by some knowledgeable people, and they are used for the research purposes by those who are working in ornithology. That is the basic idea. But at the same time, if you don't identify any bird or like that, that also helps. Like eBird also helps in that as well.
Your traveling have any linkage with ecotourism?
Mm, I would say many a times yes. Whenever I travel to long distances, I try to include at least one place which is eco-touristic in my itinerary.
So, what is ecotourism?
So ecotourism is the tourism when you are traveling to natural places where there is some natural kind of habitat, but at the same time you are also supporting the
Okay,
livelihood
nice.
of the
4 floral species of your district.
floral species. Okay, so there is Acacia catechu, that is khair, then river tamarind, Lucina lucifer, I'm unable to recall. Then Butea monosperma, that is palash, and I'm unable to recall exactly.
3 ornamental species of your university.
Of my university. No, so I will have to see about ornamental species. I'll have to see.
You are not aware about ornamental species.
No, I know ornamental species, but I don't remember ornamental species from my university.
3 women associated social problem of your district as well as your state.
Problems or women?
Social problems.
Social problems. So one is there is problem of women illiteracy in my district a lot. Then secondly, there is problem of migration, seasonal migration, particularly sugarcane cutting migrants.
That is women, that is male family migration especially. We call it family
Actually, sir, because of that, many women do hysterectomy, and that is a like case study in Maharashtra particularly. So that is one of the reasons. Because of the migration, they do this. So that's why I considered that as one of the problems. And third thing, I think dowry is also a bit prominent in my district.
Dowry is prominent.
To a certain extent, yes.
So why after independence? Because we have such a great leader from Mahatma Gandhi to Nehru, now Modi, who is known for Vishwaguru. Why we are unable to eliminate such a basic root cause, basic problem of our society?
So I think when it comes to social issues or different kind of social things, it takes longer time to change those things. Because it is something rooted in the tradition, it is something rooted in long-term practices. So things don't change in a day or in short span of time. It requires a lot of time to do that.
My last question, Anushka, what change you bring after entering this service?
So I think I would be able to communicate with tribal population and do a good work in human-wildlife
Some of our
conflict.
state there is no tribal population. Maybe you
Or
posted
local population that is there and work in human-wildlife conflict to a good extent.
Okay.
I would
Sir.
like to try.
Anushka.
Yes, sir.
So Anushka, have you ever heard about the Sindhudur project in Maharashtra?
I have heard about Sindhudurg Fort, but I'm not aware if any project.
Fort is the, it's a cultural heritage. I'm asking about the natural heritage. Where is the district located? Geographically, just brief me, where is Sindhudurg?
So Sindhudurg is located in southern Konkan region.
It's a coastal or it's
a
inland?
coastal district.
Coastal.
Yes.
So considering the coastal biodiversity, there could be some steps taken by the Government of India through Ministry of Environment.
Yes, sir.
Even the UNDP, United Nations Development Project, was completed in Sindhudurg actually. So tell me something about the coastal and marine biodiversity of Maharashtra.
So in Maharashtra, there are two marine protected areas. One is in Malvan, that is in Sindhudurg district only, and another one is in Thane. So majorly, I'm not aware about the fish that are there, but apart from that, there is good amount of mangrove species present. So a good population of birds is also
Fishes
there.
comes under wildlife.
So not under Wildlife Protection Act probably, but they do come under wildlife.
Okay. What are the major megafauna listed in marine mammals in Wildlife Protection Act?
So one is dugong, that is sea cow. Then there are whales as well that are there, but I'm unable to recall anything else right
So tell me how many the marine mammals that we listed in Wildlife Protection, roughly.
now. Probably about 10-20 are protected.
Fantastic. Where is the marine, you mentioned about dugong. We have a conservation reserve.
Yes, sir.
Where it is located, what is its significance in the ecology of the marine ocean?
So it's located in Palk Strait or Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu. It is important because it uses the sea grasses that are there, so they are interdependent. They have some symbiotic relationship over there. But I'm unable to I
Why it
don't
is called sea cow?
because it it eats that grass, sea grasses. Is the
Forages
major
on
food.
the grass.
Yes.
So that's why it's called sea cow.
Yes.
Okay. Since Maharashtra again, we talked about some coastal and marine, but there is a Western Ghats also.
Yes, sir.
Again, Sindhudurg and Ratnagiri
Yes,
is
sir.
a prominent district comes under the Western Ghats.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Madhu Gadgil recently submitted this Western Ghat Ecology Expert Panel report.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the significance of the report?
So this report says that almost about 90% of the area is ecologically important in the Western Ghats, and thus we need to take more care of that. That report suggested that there should be ecological protection zones in that area of different grades, so that in the area, like in grade 1, there should be no developmental activity done in that area, and it changes with grade 2 and grade 3. But I think though it is considered as a bit extreme report, but definitely Western Ghats have large importance, because not only they are the biodiversity hotspots, which have a lot of unique flora and fauna over there, but at the same time they also play a role in our climate as well, because being orographic, have orographic importance as well.
So
I think-
recently, the experts in environmental arena, they suggested that, like South Africa, in African countries, they used to go for hunting. Similarly, because of the good conservation efforts since 1972, we are having the overpopulation of the wild animals. So that could be one reason for the negative interactions between the wildlife and the human. So you can say in the name of conflict, or in the name of crop depredation, either it is a wild animal death or human death, or that there could be many ramifications in this aspect. So can we go for the so-called expert, the suggesting that we can go for culling of the wild animals? Is it a right step?
So no, I personally don't believe it's a right step, because if we consider the data, then there are we will find many evidences that population of many of the species are on decline. They have only been increasing in recent times when we started some protection measures, and there were far large numbers earlier than like a long time ago. So I don't think culling
So for
is-
example, the human-monkey interactions in the urban landscape, even to some certain extent in the semi-urban and rural areas, also witnessing that it goes to the level that even the election agenda surfaces that we will try to control the population. Then what is the way out?
So I think one thing is we have to build their habitats better. We have to restore their habitat so that they
We
won't
all
find.
encroach the habitat of the animals. So how you will enrich? There is no habitat to enrich.
So
In
the-
the Delhi or in Himachal, Shimla urban landscape, see there is no habitat enrichment. How will you do? Already We have constructed a lot of buildings and institutes and other infrastructure. So
Sir, but I believe that though we are constructing these buildings and all those things, but still, like we can make them greener, or we can at least have some mitigative measures. Like we can develop some wastelands in those areas, or like if there are some slopes.
what is the
especially-
present strategy adopted by Government of India in controlling the monkey population?
Sir, I'm not completely aware about the monkey population. What is the strategy? I'll have to read.
Do you know
more on
about
that.
anything about oral contraceptives?
No, sir. I'll have to read more on that.
Okay, thank you.